Hello guys, your boy KP. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be reacting to Arsenal's 2-0 loss to West Ham at home in game week 19. Obviously, I'm recording this a day after in the morning because I didn't want to just come in with that initial emotion reaction, because obviously we won the title race, we want to win every game. We're at home as well. No disrespect to West Ham, but we're a better team than them. And especially in the way that we played, I feel like we deserve to win. We should have won, and we didn't. And conceding 2 goals at home, not scoring, like, it's not good for the goal difference. It's not good for how it looks. But I don't feel like it completely tells the story. So I didn't want to come in with that emotional reaction like a lot of Arsenal fans have. And I don't blame them. Obviously, we want to win. I don't think it was the best of games, like in terms of how it looked, like urgency-wise, pace of pass-wise. But still, nevertheless, let's get into it. So I feel like the game's kind of started off even. I don't feel like started off even, but I feel like there was good glimpses. Like in the first 5 to 10 minutes, I feel like there was nice little flicks from Odegaard, 1-2 down the right-hand side. Jesus, Odegaard, and Saka linking up well. Ben White overlapping constantly, providing a threat. And I thought, okay, we're looking nice. Get that first goal, and the floodgates open. I'm pretty sure in my preview I said I want goals, innit? I didn't mean I want goals against us, but I wanted goals. And like, I've slept on it, I've taken some time to think, and I feel like if we play West Ham another 5 times, we probably beat them 5-0 each time. I feel like there was a couple things that we were lacking in this game. One thing that was clearly lacking, especially in our front line and in our attacking sense, was that physicality. I feel like, and it affected us on both sides of the ball. So key players missing: Partey, Tomiyasu, Timber, Havertz, especially for this type of game, because the simple fan will just react and say, oh, it's West Ham, they're low block, oh, you should beat them. But it's a David Moyes team, physical team. He's always been like that from his Everton days to all of his West Ham days. And they're going to set up with a low block or a relatively compact shape, trying to counter-attack us. They have very dangerous options in Kudus and Mavropanos. But if you look at it, 1 goal came from a poor marking from the right-hand side, allowing Emerson to cross the ball. Gabriel and Zinchenko running into each other and fluffing their lines to clear it, and a potential controversial goal that was off. But for me, I'm not even going to get into it because, one, as we're saying, it wasn't a conclusive angle, and in 2023 we don't have like a bird's eye view or chipping the ball. That's on the Prem, innit? Like, 2 is not the first time that's happened to us, let alone other teams in the Prem, where the ball is almost off. It's not conclusive, it's given, it's not given. So I'm really gonna get angry at that. We should defend our goal better. We won't get put in that scenario. But cool, that happens. And the second goal, poor marking from a corner. Mavropanos, ex-Arsenal player, gets a clean header. I think it was Zinchenko marking him, but clearly just didn't follow him. We got a free header, obviously, great header, because that came off the crossbar and the post. So, hey, apart from those 2 actions, West Ham had nothing. Obviously, they did get the penalty at the end, consolation. And that's the first time I feel like in a long time I've seen an Arsenal player, Arsenal goalkeeper, save a penalty. But even with Declan Rice sliding, you could see he was smiling at the end. You could just tell it wasn't our day. I feel like, funny enough, obviously, looking at the stats, 74 possession, 30 shots, XG of 2.77. West Ham had an XG of 1.4 because obviously their 2 chances were quite high XG, but they had 6 shots in the game. All the ball was played in our half. I feel like there was just 2 things, like the physicality. Like when Saka gets the ball on the right-hand side, you refuse to cross, especially high crosses. Sometimes you put them in. Saw the chance that Jesus crossed to Saka. I think there was another header, Ben White from a Zinchenko, cross from a short corner. But like, we refused to cross the ball. Missing Havertz, because he's a target man. He's someone that a physical body that we can implement like as a different way to break down teams, innit? Like, don't get me wrong, I still feel like we were actually trying, and we fashioned enough chances. The one thing I'll get onto the team for is like, we lack shot power. Like, all the shots, apart from one Odegaard shot that, like, I think it was like a long range shot, the keeper saved well, that was close enough. It's just all timid efforts, like just February, all that stuff, innit? Like, I feel like we're missing Timber to play against this David Moyes side, the son of Zinchenko, Tomiyasu to be in and around there, Partey playing to help for our, the second phase, and just for our press and our passing. Fabio Vieira maybe to help for that killer pass and those, playing that ball. But in another game, against West Ham again, we'll definitely win. And I'm not trying to be, I'm trying to be positive, because I'm trying to let fans know, especially Arsenal fans, because obviously we're not experienced in this title race. Like, a lot of people get PTSD, one loss, oh my God. Like I've seen guys that were saying, oh, do you know what, it's a new Arsenal, I'm understanding it. Yeah, the attack is not clicking, but our defense, we lose one game. Oh, no, the season's done. Like, relax, chill. Like, because at the end of the day, we would have won, if we had won that game 3-2 and we would have been happy. And obviously, there would have still been things to complain about. Majority of people won't point out too much on the things that didn't go right and more on the things that did go right. Like, at the end of the day, this is a long time coming. Another thing I feel like, obviously we pressed and there's intensity, but I feel like the players are playing to reserve the energy. Like, I'm watching Ben White, I'm watching Declan Rice, I'm watching Saliba, I'm watching Saka. It's like they know that they don't want to get injured. And obviously we have injuries to key players, like important players. Obviously all teams in the Prem have injuries, but we have injuries to key players, like key quality rotational, like depth players that will allow rest. And it's like we're playing the same 11 every game. We can't really change it that much because bar maybe Smith Rowe playing, like I don't think Trossard even had the worst game. Like who else is really gonna come in and stake their claim? No disrespect to Eddie, no disrespect to Reece. Like we're missing the players that we're missing and not addressing that LCM. And I think if you go to my Twitter, I've been talking about this for a long time. So in my ex, that we need that LCM, a proper pure 8 that can play in the pockets, that can operate both in the first phase, second phase, and in the third phase. Is a real passer that will help balance the left hand side and the right hand side. And also we're missing that Saliba depth. Like we're just missing, like I can see that we're missing key areas that players now are starting to like not play out of their skin because they don't want to get injured and leave us in a mad place. And I don't feel like in January we're going to attack it because obviously this FFP stuff, all that stuff, but you can just see it in our play. But even at that, poor finishing. But besides that, we didn't play bad. Like, yeah, like I feel like people don't like to take this kind of analysis because it's like, oh no, good teams will find a way and like you shouldn't concede these goals and We deserve to win that game. We deserve to win that game. That's just it. There's no other argument to it. There's no anything other than that. 2 moments. They had the bigger moments, I guess, because football was always moments. They had the moments and they took their moments. We had moments. Saka shot hit the post. Martinelli had a chance, I think, off a Saka cross, put it wide. Jesus had that cross from, I think, Odegaard, and I'll shout out Odegaard because he was excellent in this game, like all over the pitch, trying his hardest, not forcing any passes, but playing the right pass. If he needs to dribble a bit, hold on, he was doing everything he needed to do. I feel like majority of the team played well, but like I'll get into 2 players that I feel like are just a bit concerning, but there could be reasons for it. Like I feel like we just didn't have our shooting boots on. Another day, we kill West Ham, and we can still possibly concede those 2 goals. Another day, probably defend those 2 goals better, innit? So it's hard, innit? Because we're in the title race. Obviously, City are coming back from their Club World Cup. They beat Everton. Obviously, Liverpool they won their game against Burnley. We're 2 points behind them, but I don't think it's too panic station. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a bit of worry. If I'm more worried, I'm not really worried about performance or even the attack because you don't create 30 shots and there was a lot of chances that we should have put away. You don't create those chances if the attack is not clicking or things are not making sense. I feel like the problem that we have is we don't really have second options. Like I don't like, which makes you ask, why did you give Reece Nelson a contract? Why you still keep Eddie? Obviously, we're not Chelsea, we're not Man City where we can just go out and spend money and just buy players and take a risk. We've done that in the past. It hasn't always banged. You have to be situational with your things. You have to plan it right. And so up until this point so far, we're in this position for a reason. So I'm willing to be patient. But I feel like, especially like the Partey injury, getting an LCM, I'm not saying Havertz is an LCM, but just a different pure CM, maybe another forward, that type of thing. But we have to wait till summer probably to get all of these options. Like it puts more pressure on the team. Probably better that this result happened in the sense of hindsight, because we need to get something in January. We need options, we need depth, we need help. Like we need to change it up. Like I feel like sometimes I look at most teams, they can bring up, like I don't, like especially with the injuries that we have. Considering the injuries that we have, we don't have the relevant depth to attack this game. Credit to West Ham though, they defended their box well, got their bodies in front of everything, headed the ball well. I think Ogbonna, great from him. Areola was pulling off save after save. I think that one from Saka, that was a class save. I can't really be mad. Obviously, you could argue this was Declan Rice's worst game, but worst game getting a 7. I've seen people talk about Saka. I think Saka was quite good in this game. Obviously, yeah, you want him to get that goal and assist, but he's been getting that goal and assist all season, and people have been saying he hasn't been playing well. Now he plays well, he doesn't get that goal assist. Oh, he's not playing well. Pick a poison. Zinchenko or Martinelli. Zinchenko is a senior player making series of errors. And I talked about in my preview about, we understand this is part of his game, both on the ball where he tries to play risky passes and off the ball with his lack of defensive and athleticism, like defensive nous and his athleticism. But like yesterday, he was playing a lot of sloppy passes, like a lot of lack of concentration passes, and it was really annoying me. Like, I wasn't surprised that Arteta hooked him off, or took him off anyway to change the shape. But let's be real, you're not taking off a left back if you know that he's playing well. And Martinelli, you can just see that he's not playing with confidence at all. And I feel like because of that dynamic around him, like especially that it's changed a lot, and with Zinchenko not really firing on all cylinders, like I was watching those times yesterday, he won't get the ball for 10 minutes, then you get the ball, try for something, it won't bang. Like, he's just a guy not in form. I'm not really too worried about Martinelli personally, or Jesus, or any or most of these players. Like, everyone wants to attack now when we lose the first game, getting messages from people and that. Like, relax. Like, when we're winning games now, you had nothing to say. Like, absolutely nothing to say. Like, on another day, we beat West Ham. Sadly, we didn't, and now we're behind, but only by 2 points. It's just a title race. Like, we're in game week 19. By game week 25, things could be different, where we could be way lower, or we could be back on top. Like, Liverpool got hard results. We faced Liverpool again. Man City got hard fixtures. Like, it's calm. It's a loss, but it's a loss at home, so it pains. I understand probably the fans that went there in the evening, coming from work, obviously you got work in the morning maybe, or everyone's on Christmas holiday, are annoyed. It wasn't a satisfying performance scoreline wise, but no one could say play wise, like it wasn't like, there wasn't nothing going. We had 30 shots, we dominated the ball. Like, it's hard to break down a David Moyes' team, but we didn't. But for me, I think we got Fulham on Sunday, right? We've got to win that game. I just hope that maybe a couple players can come back from injury, but either that maybe Arteta's got to look to tweak a few things, maybe start Smith Rowe in right 8, I don't know, maybe put Havertz 9, put Odegaard in the left centre mid, something like that. We've got to switch it up. Obviously Havertz will be back for the next game because he was suspended. He was barely missed. We just got to win the next game. So title race is a long season. Obviously, everyone keeps on comparing it to at this point last season. Last season was last season. This is this season. Like, we're gonna lose some games. There's gonna be some games that we shouldn't be losing that we've lost. We've seen it to Liverpool. We've seen it to Man City. We've seen it happen to us. It happens. I'm not saying it like I'm happy about it. I'm saying like you have to accept the reality of it and the context of the situation. If we had lost that game badly, not playing well, not dominating the ball, not trying at all, cool. But we, as I said, play that game another 5 times. Pretty sure when we play West Ham in the reverse fixture at this London Stadium, might have a timber back party, maybe a couple signings, and we'll take it to them. But not just against West Ham, just for the next game. And probably we needed this waking up, because I feel like Mikel Arteta's system is covering a lot of just the deficiencies we have in our team, the lack of depth options, and just obviously players' forms as well. But it will come all there, man. You just have to be calm. It will come back. Be calm. But please, guys, subscribe to my channel. Please like this video. Comment down below. Turn on the post notifications. I'll be dropping a preview to the Fulham game probably in the next day or so. Hopefully no one's too deflated. I don't know. I wasn't really too upset. I was a bit annoyed they didn't win. I feel like after a while you could tell we wasn't going to win that game, like just how it was going. But it's okay, man. It's a title race. It's a long season. I'm just here to remain calm, everyone relax, and we go again, innit? So I'll speak soon. Not too happy, but hey, man, it's a long race. It's a marathon. Speak soon.